Hi Libra, how's it going? Happy birthday. I hope this year is your best year yet. I'm going to be doing a general reading for you, so just take what resonates and leave the rest. This is for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising. And if you get any guidance or insight, or if this reading resonates with you, if you wouldn't mind liking, I would appreciate it, or even better, leaving me a comment letting me know. So I pulled some cards along with some clarifiers and some advice or guidance from Spirit over here. So Libra, let's see what's going on with you. So the card that came out is the Ten of Pentacles reversed, and the clarifier is the Ten of Wands. So the Ten of Pentacles reversed suggests instability or dissatisfaction in foundational areas such as family, finances, long-term goals, or legacy. You may be experiencing a rift in family dynamics. You may be questioning your place in a long-term relationship, or you may be feeling like the future you've worked toward is uncertain or unraveling. There could be a sense of misalignment between values and reality, or even financial issues connected to family or inheritance. You're re-evaluating what stability and legacy truly means. The outer structure may be shaky, but your inner values are being refined. And then what you're struggling with at this time, Libra, you got the Page of Pentacles. I'll talk about the clarifiers after I go through the first cards that came out, okay? So what you're struggling with, Page of Pentacles reversed, is saying that you may be facing lack of direction, procrastination, or missed opportunities related to your career, education, or material development. There's potential for growth, but it's being blocked, possibly by fear of failure, a lack of discipline, or you may be doubting your worthiness. You must realign with your curiosity and invest in small, consistent steps. You may be too focused on the outcome and are missing the learning process. And then I asked Spirit, what does Libra need to know with regards to their past? And Spirit says that you've come through a period of conflict, competition, or inner turmoil with the Five of Wands. It could be related to differing opinions or being misunderstood. And these tensions may have pushed you to grow or to challenge your own identity. So Libra, Spirit wants you to know that the struggles you went through were not for nothing. They taught you how to stand firm in your values and boundaries. And these lessons are still influencing your present. And then what's coming for your near future? You got the Justice card. What to expect soon in your life, Libra? This is you. This is your card. The Justice card is represented by Libra, which is incredibly powerful. Justice in the near future signals clarity, truth, and karmic balance. So decisions are being made that restore equilibrium. If you've been treated unfairly, Libra, or if you have felt off track, Spirit is saying that the coming weeks will bring fairness and accountability. Spirit wants you to trust in divine order. What's meant for you cannot be taken, and what's not aligned with you will be removed. And the big message with this card, Libra, is your integrity is going to be rewarded. So just trust in divine order. And then I ask Spirit, what message do they have for you with regards to your long-term future? Not your immediate future, but long-term. And you got the Three of Cups. So this is a really beautiful omen of joy, community, and celebration. You're headed toward reconnection, whether it's deepening friendships, celebrating milestones, or being more emotionally supported. Some of you may even experience reconciliation or new social bonds that feel healing to you. A Spirit is saying that after a season of isolation or seriousness, joy and connection return. That's what you have to look forward to. Okay, so keep your heart open so you can receive love in all forms. I didn't think I needed a clarifier for that. That's a beautiful message. Then I asked Spirit, how is Libra feeling right now at the moment? And Spirit said, Six of Swords reversed. You feel stuck, unable to fully move on from something. It may be a past relationship, a mindset, or even a chapter that you know logically is over. There may be emotional baggage or fear of the unknown that keeps you tethered to the past. But Spirit wants you to know that true peace will come, Libra, when you allow yourself to release control and surrender to the flow. Spirit wants you to know it's okay to grieve the past while still moving forward. And then I asked Spirit, what are your hopes and fears? And you have the Three of Swords reversed. And the clarifier was the Two of Cups. So the Three of Swords reversed shows your desire to heal from heartbreak or disappointment. But it also shows your fear of reopening old wounds. You may fear that the pain you've buried could resurface, or that forgiveness won't bring closure. But Spirit wants you to know that healing is happening, just slowly. Avoid bypassing grief, okay? Avoid bypassing grief. The heart is mending, but honesty with yourself is key. Your heart is mending, just to thine own self be true, Libra. Then I ask Spirit, what message do you have for Libra today? What message do you have for Libra? And you got the Page of Cups reversed. Spirit is saying that you may be closed off emotionally. You may be ignoring your intuition. You may be numbing your feelings, or you may be acting from insecurity. There's a need to return to emotional vulnerability and creative expression. This card is a gentle reminder not to become cynical or emotionally unavailable. So Spirit wants you to reconnect with your inner child. That's funny, I just looked that up this morning, how to reconnect with your inner child. So if you want, there's a list of ways to do that. Let your heart speak. Art, dreams, and emotion are your compass. They're not distractions, okay? Art, dreams, and emotion. And then the advice that Spirit is giving you, or the guidance that Spirit is giving you, is the Two of Swords reversed. So, just a second, there's a bike going by, it's loud. I have my window open because I have the candle going. So the advice from Spirit for you, Libra, is to make the decision that you've been avoiding. You may be in analysis paralysis, trying to keep peace or avoid confrontation, but staying stuck is also a choice. It's time to stop sitting on the fence and choose a path, even if it's uncomfortable. You need to trust your inner wisdom. The longer you avoid this decision, the heavier it becomes. Clarity will follow courageous action. You just have to, let me close my door, it's too loud. You know that saying, take one step towards the gods and then they'll take 10 towards you? I think that's the message here. So Libra, you're facing a time of reassessment, especially around security, goals, and emotional healing. There's a strong theme of facing the past, making tough decisions, and finding balance. Spirit is reminding you that while healing may be messy, it will lead to renewal. And know that joy is on the horizon. October is about breaking free from indecision and emotional avoidance. Know that justice and celebration await once you align with truth and make space for healing. And know that support is coming, but you must let others in and let go of control. let's look at the clarifiers now, okay? The clarifiers are saying that you're tapping into a transformational chapter, one that's centered on emotional honesty, release, and redefining connection. So, what's going on with you, Libra? These two cards, Ten of Pentacles reversed, clarified with the Ten of Wands, are saying that you're carrying a heavy burden. You're trying to uphold a crumbling foundation, whether it's a family expectation, financial responsibility, or a long-term plan. These cards are saying that you've taken on too much weight, and it could be weight that's not even yours to carry. But the pressure to maintain an image of success, tradition, or having it all is becoming unsustainable. So, Spirit is saying that it's time to lay down obligations that aren't aligned with your soul. Stability should feel supportive, not suffocating. And then what you're struggling with, you have the Page of Pentacles reversed, clarified with the Knight of Wands. So these cards are saying that you're flip-flopping between lack of motivation and impulsive, scattered energy. There's a desire to grow or start something new, but the execution is inconsistent. These two cards suggest frustration over not knowing where to begin and a tendency to chase short-term stimulation instead of grounded action. So the advice from Spirit is to reconnect with your long-term purpose. Slow down, make a plan, and resist the urge to rush or bail when things get hard. And then what do you need to know with regards to your past? You got the Five of Wands clarified by the Ten of Cups reversed. So these cards together talk about past conflict or misalignment within a family, a relationship, or an idealized dream that still lingers. You may have wanted peace and harmony, but instead you experienced emotional disconnection or disharmony within your close circles. These cards are saying that there was tension between what was expected and what was real. So Spirit is saying that the past was not perfect, and that's okay. Let go of the fantasy of what should have been and grieve the reality. Peace comes from acceptance. And then what's coming in your near future? You have the Justice clarified by the Five of Pentacles. So justice, your sign Libra, brings truth and balance, but it may come through a feeling of temporary loss or rejection. So Libra, you could be confronting abandonment wounds or financial strain, or possibly emotional isolation. But this is necessary for you so you can correct an imbalance. It's like a karmic clearing. That feeling of being left out in the cold may lead you directly to what is real, lasting, and just. Liberation is disguised as loss. And then your long-term future, you have the Three of Cups. Again, Spirit is saying, in the long run, Spirit sees celebrations, reunions, and friendships that are going to be returning back into your life. After a tough emotional period, you reconnect, possibly with a soul family, a new community, or a creative collaboration. Joy and connection are restored once the inner work is done. Libra, your heart will find its people. Don't rush it. When you're ready, joy will meet you again. Divine timing. Trust in divine timing. And then how are you feeling, Libra? You have the Six of Swords reversed with the Queen of Swords. So you may feel mentally and emotionally stuck, but you're starting to see the truth. The Queen brings clarity, boundaries, and detachment. You may be in the process of cutting cords or facing painful truths that allow you to finally move on. You're not as stuck as you think. You're processing. Spirit wants you to let the truth guide your next step, even if it hurts. Your hopes and fears are the Three of Swords, reverse, clarified by the Two of Cups. So you're healing from heartbreak, and the fear is that love, real mutual love, may not return. But Spirit wants you to know it will. The wound may come from a soulmate or a deep emotional connection, but this combination shows the capacity to forgive, reconnect, or open up again. Healing doesn't erase the past, but it makes room for something deeper. Love can return, but only if you let go of old pain. And the message from Spirit is Page of Cups, reversed, clarified by the Hierophant. So Spirit is saying you may be emotionally disconnected from your inner child or intuition because of rigid beliefs, traditions, or outdated roles. You might be following someone else's spiritual or emotional rule book instead of trusting your own flow. The advice from Spirit is to reconnect with your emotional truth. Spiritual growth doesn't require perfection, just presence. Your heart is the teacher now. Just trust your heart, tune into your heart. Then the advice again from Spirit is the Two of Swords reversed, clarified by the Nine of Cups reversed. You're avoiding a decision that deeply impacts your emotional fulfillment. Spirit says continuing to ignore your intuition or delay this choice is costing you inner peace. The choice may involve leaving behind comfort for true happiness. Ugh. I'm sending you a really big hug, Libra, because if this resonates, this is so hard to do. But have faith. Sometimes we have to do things that really suck. Like we always have choices because we have free will, but they might be two awful choices. But I'm sending you lots of love and strength to help you get through it if this resonates, okay? Yeah, even if the choice may involve leaving behind comfort for true happiness. Libra Spirit is saying stop settling, stop pretending you're okay with almost. You deserve the real thing, even if it means making a hard choice. Choose truth over comfort. Release the past so you can reclaim yourself. You're shedding layers of false stability, romanticized ideals, and an emotional avoidance. This is not an easy month, Libra, but it's a necessary one for healing, karmic balance, and realignment. A reconnection to truth, intuition, and authentic desire is at the core of this transformation. So, yeah, I'm sending you lots of love and strength if this resonates. Remember this too shall pass. It's not, I've been in situations like that have been so difficult, and you don't think you're ever going to get through it, but you will. You do. It doesn't always stay in this energy, so just hang on and know that, okay? Doesn't always stay like this. That's life. It keeps trying to knock us down, and we keep getting back up. Take good care, Libra. I'll see you next time. Bye.